best performance, either for climb or for cruise or combat flight. The Corsair was the first single-engine airplane fighter to exceed 400 miles per hour in level flight. That huge engine required a very, very big propeller to absorb or turn that horsepower into speed. And so the propeller diameter is about 13.5 feet. And that was problematic for carrier operations because they needed a very long and strong landing gear during carrier operations, so that when they landed in what they describe often as a controlled crash, wouldn't have the propellers slamming into the wooden decks of the carriers, damaging both the decks and the propellers and the engines of these airplanes. So the Chance Vought Corporation designers were faced with an interesting problem, because if they made a landing gear with a straight wing airplane, a landing gear long enough and strong enough to keep the propellers from hitting the deck, those landing gear would be too heavy. So the designers took advantage of an aerodynamic principle and bent the wing down, enabling them to have a shorter yet long enough and strong enough landing gear to keep the propeller from hitting the decks. Then they bent the wing back up, and that's one of the reasons it became known as the bent wing bird. Later versions of the Corsair actually got up to over 470 miles per hour.
Boys are going to take off.
What's your lead, Roland?
Oh, I thought that was it.
Boys, what you're about to hear, try to remember the song, because you'll never hear it again.
Wow, what a hum.
What's that?
They're all going.
Yeah, they're going to all, probably one at a time, they're going to clean up
There was
this
11
direction.
places.
So they'll both join up and they'll do it.
Oh. This is This thing is
Hey, mommy is calling me. Hello?
listen.
Yeah.
Go all the way around and make it. Come on.
No, we're doing one more flight,
I get.
and then we're gonna leave. The planes that are taking off right now. Still the same place. Yes. Yeah, now she's fine. She's hanging out. Yep. Right. And then they're gonna come and pick up Frank. And then we're gonna go. They're gonna pick him up here at the tent. Yes. No, we're gonna walk back.
As we see the Corsairs way behind us forming up, this is unfreaking believable. They're directly behind us. And they're going to be coming overhead. Looks like Corsair lead is setting up the first element, the first flight, as an echelon or all to one side formation. Second group coming in, going to form up as a finger 4, I believe. Here they come for a high-speed pass. This third airplane, look carefully at it. Out on the wing, there's a big white ball. That belongs to the Collings Foundation up in Massachusetts, being flown by Mark Murphy, and that was an F4u-N, a night fighter, or F4u-5N. And that's a rudimentary and very old and big radar on that right wing, near the wingtip. The Corsairs also earned some very, very different nicknames. One of which you're probably familiar with. It was given by the Japanese. It was called Whistling Death. Photo pass from the right. Here comes Ray Fowler and the gang. And here's that number 3 aircraft with the radome out there on the right wing. Of Okinawa, because of the help that it gave our men in designed as a carrier-borne aircraft, but there were some. As you look at that, there's a big engine there, and with its conventional tail, it was very tough to see over the nose of the airplane, and it encountered carrier trials with the United States Navy.
That's a low one.
One of which was flaps that help cool the engines that are close.